You want to know the exact copywriting formula that's made me millions of dollars? I'm talking millions of dollars and a proven step-by-step system that you can use to craft high-converting sales copy. And this works almost magically for video sales letters or VSLs, but I use it in emails, ads, everything. And here's the best part. This isn't just some theory. These are the exact steps that I've used to create sales copy that's generated tens and hundreds of millions. I know it sounds scary, but it's true in sales. And if you follow them, you will never stare at a blank screen again when you're writing your copy. I'm Benson, and this is Sales Copy Secrets. And before we get started, I've got something much more for you today. I've got a brand new free course, absolutely free. Look below, called VSL Fast Track, that breaks down each of these steps in much greater detail using a video sales letter. It's 100% free. You can grab it in the description below. Now, here's the thing. Most VSLs and copy in general fail not because the product is bad, because as you might figure, the copy sucks. Specifically, talking more than conversing, or trying to convince more than trying to compel. And if you follow a tried and tested formula, it's going to become much easier to get clear, inspiring, motivational, action-based copy. Now, this is a 7-step formula designed to do exactly that. And it works because it mirrors how people think, feel, and make decisions. Now, here's the formula. Just 7 steps. Follow these, and you'll have copy that sells like clockwork. Step number 1 is the lead. The lead is everything. If you don't hook your audience in the first few seconds, they are gone. It's just the way it is in the world. Now, let me show you how I structure a killer lead using examples from my own copy. First of all, you're going to start with a bold hook, something that grabs attention instantly. Using from a VSL, for example. What if everything you've been told about weight loss is dead wrong? Okay, that's kind of compelling. It's very interesting. It's a lead hook. Or there's a 10-second fix that I'm using to fix stubborn fat around my waist. But I'm going to tell you about it in just a second. But before I do that, that's another way of getting a killer lead. But as you're about to see in the end of this video, you can use the same exact technique in an email without coming up with something crazy. I'll show you in just a second, so keep watching. Second of all, you're going to want to make micro promises. What you want to do is tell somebody why they should stick around and listen to you. So in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you X. That might be a micro promise that I would use inside of a VSL. That I'm going to reveal Y. Tease this reveal. Create curiosity. Hint at what's coming. An example of that might be, but first, let me show you why what you've been doing is actually making things a lot worse. Now, that's also called an open loop. I teased an idea. And I said, first, let me tell you this. Basically, the lead is all about making someone go, I have to know more about this. Now, step number 2 is the story. Stories sell. Facts, they can sell if you do them just right, but a story makes your audience much more capable of connecting with you emotionally, and that's super important. So there's a way that I build stories. I start always with a modest introduction. And one of my most famous is I wasn't always a guy that people turn to for weight loss advice. In fact, I was 80 pounds overweight and felt like a total failure. I've used that one numerous times. And that makes it very relatable. I'm not just some expert. I am a real person. And I used to suck at this. And then I might say, I've tried everything you can think of. This diet, and nothing worked for me. Now I'm using weight loss as an example, but you could use this for anything. Then I'm going to turn that story into a hidden revelation, something that happened. Then I came across something so unbelievably simple. I couldn't believe everyone wasn't talking about it. So now I'm building some tension in the story. So by the end of this, people are going to go, wow, he understands me, but also I got to know what they're talking about. Now, step number 3 is the problem. Now that you've hooked somebody with the story, it's time to magnify the problem. And here's how I do it. First of all, I'm going to dimensionalize the problem. I want to show my prospect how big this really is by making it as big as it really is. So what I'm talking about, like, let's take weight loss. This isn't just about you losing weight. It's about you reclaiming your energy. It's about you getting your confidence back. It's about getting your life back. It's about playing with your children. Make things as big as they really are. Next up, I always use a negative hook. That's something that's causing the problem. So I might say there's this hidden enemy called leptin resistance, and that's the reason why your body refuses to let go of fat. I'm going to make that the villain. And I'm also going to lead into this. I'm going to lean into it by making it worse. If you don't get this fixed right now, we're not talking about just weight loss. We're talking about higher risks, serious health problems, things of that nature. the bottom line, you have to make the problem bigger by talking about the absolute reality if they keep going. Now, step number 4 is the solution. This is where you're going to introduce a lot of hope. Finally, somebody has the answer. That's what you want somebody to say, right? Well, here's how I present the solution. First of all, I tease it just a little bit when I'm working my way up to it. So I say things like, what if I told you there's a way to reverse that nasty leptin resistance and it doesn't even involve you changing your diet? Would you be interested? Then I'm going to say, well, it all comes down to something called the leptin reset system or some hormone that you have to fix. It's going to be a positive hook. Now, let me tell you about this. Then you go into the positive hook. It's not the product. It's a hook. It's a positive hook around the product. And you can say things like, now this little enzyme targets the root cause of your weight loss issues, not just the symptom. And then that will lead into step number 5, which is the offer, because now they're hooked. You've told them the problem. You've given them a little bit of a glimpse of the solution, but you haven't told them how to get it. So to introduce the solution, the offer, you're going to say, now I've got something called X. It's a book, it's a supplement, and this has put all of these things together. We've put all of these things together in a product that you called X, and now you don't have to look for this anymore. You're going to learn about the 3 foods you should never eat if you want to lose weight, revealed in video 2, or discover how to reset your metabolism in just 7 days, explained on page 16 and 15. So these sales bullets sets up why the offer works and what they have, what's in it for them. And then I have to lead them into step 6, which is the action. And the action is where you guide your audience toward the next step with clarity. You got to be super clear about what you want them to do. This is about making it as easy as possible for them to say yes to what you have to sell. Now, here's how I craft the action. You want to be direct about what they need to do next. So you want to tell them exactly in precise language. You don't want to beat around the bush. I say, click the button below you see right now. That's a big green button that says blank. I will spell it out for them. Hit get started now below, and I'll get you good started. Rush you the copy of my book, and you can get started right away. You want to give them exactly what to do. Don't let anything slip through the cracks. And then tell them what happens afterwards. As soon as you click, you're going to see a page, and it's going to look like this. And then you're going to click this button. And then after you do this, you're going to join our community. So you walk them through the process. Now, this isn't a VSL or a sales letter, obviously not in an email, but the concepts are very important to grasp here. So you're just one click away from everything you need is basically what you want going through your prospect's mind. That leads us to step number 7, which is the close. The close is where you obviously seal the deal, but here's the key. It's not just about urgency or guarantees, although those are both very important. It's about future pacing. And this means that you help your audience imagine life after they've taken action, after they've got the results they want. Now, here's how I craft a close in a video sales letter. First of all, I'm going to paint a vivid picture using that NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and it's the technique called future pacing. You're going to tell the story of your prospect's future, acting as if it's already taken place. This is super important to do. And first of all, I set the time frame. So I'll say, look, it's just a few weeks from today. You woke up this morning feeling light, energized, confident. You glanced at yourself in the mirror and smiled. You finally saw the body, and you're experiencing the health that you've always dreamed of. So example number 2, it's a month from now, and you walked into a room today, if everyone's head turned, not because of your weight, because of your confidence radiating from you. You felt unstoppable. Listen to the past tense in my voice. It's already happened, and that is the key to future pacing. After I do that, I anchor their success to taking action now. I've got to make that anchor very, very clear. So I say, now, back in the present moment, this is the moment where everything changes, the moment where you decide to take control and start living the life you deserve, whatever it may be. Click the button you see below. Then I will add scarcity in a VSL or a sales letter, and I will try to make that scarcity as clear and also obviously as honest as possible. Like if you can say, look, this is only available until midnight tonight, that's fantastic. Spots are limited. That's another thing that people say quite frequently. I'll say, look, I don't know how much longer I can keep the price at what you see it on this page, which is true. That may be a month, it may be a year, but you want to create some degree of scarcity. Then you want to create some degree of risk reversal. Look, you got 30 days to try it free. And if you're not over the moon happy with everything about this offer, your money is refunded without question. Keep the guarantee positive and leave room for that final call to action. Again, click the button below that says X right now, do it. So just keep it positive, but keep it very, very direct. Now, what about shorter copy? I teased you at the start. Well, yeah, I can take this exact formula and only with a few modifications, I'll make it work as an email. So check this out. The subject line might be, "This proven copy formula made me millions." I'll just do it with this exact content here. Here's the lead. "There's a simple formula for writing sales copy that made me millions. It's simple, repeatable, and it works consistently." That's it. That's the entire lead. Here's the story. I stumbled on this formula more than a decade ago. My copy was sucking back then. I mean, not very many sales. Customers were pissed. Then I started applying the same formula I was using to VSLs to everything. I'm talking about ads and emails, you name it, everything this formula works for. Then I work in the problem. Now, this fixed a nasty problem I was having, and you've got it too. Structure. People thrive on structure, even when they can't see it. You see what I'm doing here? I'm working in the problem. Now I'm going to pivot to the solution. The solution might be, that's why this formula works so well. I mean, you've got 7 steps and they're super easy to follow. You've got the lead, the story, the problem, the solution, the offer, the action, and the close. Each one works together to grab attention and, more importantly, maintain attention and drive action. Now, here's the offer section of that email. And today, I want to give it to you for free. In fact, I've just released VSL Fast Track. So look below right now. You can actually literally look below right now and grab it for free. And I don't know how much longer this is going to be free. No bullshit. So you might want to break it down. You might want to get it down below while you still can. And there you go. And by the way, inside of this, I'm going to take these 7 steps apart and make it much, much more broad and apply them to VSLs. But I'll help you apply it to your next ad, email, sales letter, anything. Now, here's the close to that email. I got a little distracted there. That makes sense, right? So fast forward to the day when you have to get that copy project done. You applied these 7 steps and it all but wrote itself. All past tense, just 3 paragraphs. Grab it here, click link, done. Now, look below, grab my free offer because you're going to want to go through VSL Fast Track. It is 100% free below using the link you see in the description. Get to it.